We're going to your phone calls right now, and then I'm going to be blitzing through a ton of breaking news and information throughout the broadcast. Here's some of what's coming up. CNN reports the headline, let me translate this for you, should read, ISIS adopts Obama's Common Core. Like, I think I'm going to have them post part of this CNN article at Infowars.com and just change the headline to ISIS adopts Obama's Common Core. And here is the headline being serious. ISIS bans math, social studies for children. Yes, that's how evil this group is. They want Stone Age, mindless, blithering idiots. And that's why they are the choice for governance in the Middle East by the New World Order. Because they want a totally dumbed down, mindless population of idiots. And that's why the State Department, since the 50s, has spent billions of dollars, you can look this up, teaching 2 + 2 hand grenades equals 4 hand grenades. So now the change is 2 + 2 hand grenades equals 5 hand grenades, or just don't teach math, period. Our government has literally helped radicalize the Middle East. So it can then, of course, be destroyed. And the jihadis don't care. They just want to cut some children's heads off because they're trendy. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be politically incorrect. I forgot, ISIS is not Islamic. And the Pink Panther isn't pink. Let's go ahead and talk to Brandon in Tejas. Go ahead, you're on the air.
How's it going, Alex?
Good, brother. What's on your mind today?
Well, first thing, I just want to let you know before the question I asked you, I do have Super Male Vitality Survival Shield, the Citizens Rulebook that you sent me, and I need some more lung cleanse. But I love the products that you sell, and
thank you, brother.
I just wanted to say that first before I ask the question. So the question is, you talked about the 28-page document and how you're angry, and there's actually a lot of other people like Rand Paul, and everybody else that are angry about it. But my question is, why ultimately don't y'all, which would pretty much, cause a big, like commotion or whatever in the mainstream news, why don't y'all stand side by side and march?
Well, I hear you. That's like herding cats. To try to get Rand Paul and Ron Paul on the exact same page is pretty hard to do because they're both individualist. I've had Walter Jones on this year in January when he introduced the bill. We're going to get Walter Jones back on, if not this week, next week. He's in Congress. I want to get Ron Paul on the next few weeks about his audit the Fed bill, that even though he's not in Congress, it's now been put back in. And we're going to talk about that. I've been calling for the secret 9/11 report to be released since it was written. Was it 2006 or so? I'm going from memory. And so, yeah, we should create some type of hashtag to release the 28 pages and have an article about the 28 pages with our videos, with Colonel Schaefer, with Ron Paul. I'll ask Paul Watson today. He's good at stuff like that, to put together an article tomorrow with a hashtag that deals with the 28 pages, with Ron Paul's statement, with Colonel Schaefer's statement, with Walter Jones' statement, and a link to the bill so that we can use the cyber system to try to push that tomorrow. And so I'll make sure that gets done on the Thursday edition, and we will push that together. You can march with us in cyberspace, and we can call for folks to create a march in Washington or something. It's just very easy for the media to ignore a march. It's not for them to ignore you on Facebook and Twitter and Yahoo and on YouTube. Just like the bucket challenge with cyber. That's how the globalists try to control the internet to create false revolutions that they use. Instead, we need to create real revolutions of understanding and get those 28 pages released. So I really appreciate your call. But we're going to be pushing hard with Walter Jones, Rand Paul, Ron Paul, and you, the listeners. More calls coming up. Stay with us.
The
globalists have controlled the mainstream media for a long time, but now they're expanding and making the weaponization even more vicious and deceptive. All the major networks are state-run.
We are partnering this year with the NFL.
The NFL has become a political weapon against the Second Amendment and pushes Obamacare. MSNBC tells us that our children belong to the state.
We have to break through our kind of private idea that kids belong to their parents or kids belong to their families and recognize that kids belong to whole communities.
It is more important than ever to realize that we are not the alternative media. We are the true media. The establishment dinosaur press is dying.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war.
Join us at InfoWarsNews.com and PrisonPlanet.tv. Members can share their memberships with up to 11 people. By subscribing, you will literally be buying war bonds in the info war to expand our operation in the face of the tyrants. Join us at PrisonPlanet.tv.